Today we are drawing and talking about a water-based superhero. This is just kind of a vague character idea that I've had in the back of my mind. It is currently 10:13 p.m. and I am still recording this because I'm gonna stick to this upload schedule. Dang it. Thank you for watching. Without further ado, let's talk about WaterBoy. Waylon Walters was not actually born in our century. He grew up hundreds of thousands of years ago, in a civilization lost to time. He was always very inquisitive and curious, often going off on his own to have crazy adventures or figure out something about the world. It was on one such escapade that the young Waylon found a deep crevice in the ground that he had never seen before. It was a black bottomless pit, like the one from Gravity Falls. Hey, if I say that, can I hashtag this as a Gravity Falls video and potentially get more views? I don't know, maybe better not to risk it. Need to appease the YouTube algorithm. Anyway, where were we? Yeah, so he fell in, of course. He fell into the bottomless pit. And he fell for days, months, years of just falling, until he kind of forgot what time was. His consciousness evaporated into the void. He forgot how to scream as his body slowly withered away into ancient primordial liquid. Holy crap, this one got dark. For the record, I'm kind of making most of this up on the day before it's supposed to release. But yeah, that's what I got for you this week. Our boy literally just evaporated into nothingness in a primordial pit of ooze.
To the ooze.
But the story is not over yet, dear viewer. Please don't click away, please don't click away, please don't click away. For our hero had assumed a liquid form, but would learn to reconstruct his body on a molecular level. See, I said molecular level. I know the science things. This isn't comic book nonsense. But Waylon's struggles were not over. Thousands upon thousands of years in the future, scientists would be researching the primordial ooze pit for its properties. Also, apparently it was like this bottomless pocket dimension or something. I don't know. We'll figure that out later. But during the research, the scientists were able to free him. Waylon, after thousands of years of shifting between different forms, Waylon was finally able to assume his solid human form again. Now, obviously, this would be a huge shock, and this guy is 17? So, yeah, he's gonna need a lot of therapy and, rehabilitation to be able to even interact with society, because, we live in a society. But, yeah, this would make him kind of similar to characters like Captain America or Coda from Power Rangers Dino Charge. Just, you get the idea, someone out of their own time, who has to find a way to interact with this new world around them that they're not used to and stuff. Also, I just realized what a ridiculous name Waylon Walters is for someone from some, ambiguous ancient society. Now I'm just imagining some ancient Babylonians or whatever, looking at their baby and just being let's name him Waylon. So yeah, I'm thinking he can't actually remember his own name, and he was eventually adopted by people who, didn't see him as some experiment or relic of the past, who actually saw him as a person and adopted him and all that jazz. Again, this is really just a framework for a character who doesn't really exist yet, but yeah, moving on to his powers and abilities. Like, what can this guy do exactly? Well, I think I mentioned he can deconstruct and rebuild his body into particles of water. And it's like this weird bioelectric water, so he can kind of control the electric polarity of the water particles and form them into a variety of different constructs, like this giant fist here, stuff like that. Because of like the polarity of the water particles, some more fake science for you guys out there who like that. His body works like a system. He can recycle water from the environment and use it to reconstruct his human form. This means any injury he receives can be healed by reconstructing his body, but this can only be done with enough water in his vicinity. So, this gives him a pretty powerful healing factor as long as he has water nearby that he can use. He can also change the temperature of his water, allowing him to turn into ice and also steam, so he can kind of morph through different phases of matter, which is pretty cool. He could theoretically surround an opponent with water and boil them alive, or just, force water into their lungs. Don't worry, he wouldn't do anything like that because he's chill like that. That would be just like a needlessly dark and gritty, like a absolute universe scenario there. Yeah, on a lighter note, I guess being able to turn into a liquid also allows him to fit through tight gaps and spaces and stuff, which would probably make him good at like infiltration and spying on people. I don't know, I'm like thinking of other ways this story could go. Maybe the scientific program that discovered him sees him as like a weapon or a test subject and wants to mobilize him against the nation's enemies or whatever. And he has to like fight them and escape and stuff and yeah, it could also kind of go like a found family route, like the scientists who kind of adopted him and gave him the name Waylon. A lot of different ways you could explore that relationship. There's like an element of tragedy to this character that could make him really interesting. Like he just has fragments of memories of a past life, and he doesn't really know how to fit in this world that's changed so much. But ultimately, he just has to go with the flow. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments down below if there's any other character you want me to draw or any other topic you want me to discuss. See y'all next time.